プルーネの課題。いや、課題っていうより挑戦状みたいだぞ。
Hello there, lads and ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. Today we're basically doing homework. Or so it seems. I have no idea what this new feature is. I'm guessing with certain characters, once you reach level 70, you get a little bit of story about them released. So it's kind of like a story within a story of this person's story. Interesting. Why not just release it as a main story, you know? Hopefully it's not going to be as long as arduous as, say, some quests and all that, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what it's like. Today we're doing prunes.
小さな魔女ハンターさん、私を倒す方法は思いついたかしら。かっこよく挑戦の宣誓を叫んだら大魔王がやっつけに行くからね。
Is that your attempt to sound suave and sophisticated? I'll give it to Alice, you know. She's got the looks, man. She's really got the looks, and she's got the voice. But she's got those tendencies to just let bygones be bygones, or just, you know, like, I feel like there's something that must have gone wrong in her parenting to allow Klee to bomb literally most of Mondstadt to the ground. If it wasn't for Jean and her confinement rules, you know.
間違いなくアリスが書いた文章だな。魔女ハンターって書いてなきゃクレイ宛てに書いたのかと勘違いしそうだ。
Well, whatever she does is for
ずっとアリ
Klee,
スを
so...
敵視してるからな。こんな挑発を受けたらカンカンに怒っちゃうんじゃないか。
Alice clearly knows what she's doing. Highly doubt that, but sure.
プルーネには余計な部分を省いて伝えようぜ。私に何を伝えるって？
Where the hell did you come from?
うわあ、違うんだ。落ち着いて話を。くだらないのだ。
Boring? What do you
意
mean?
外と冷静だな。
Why is it boring?
あいつの幼稚な手口にはもう飽き飽きだぞ。大げさに見せかけてるけど、こんなの子供騙しの悪ふざけに過ぎない。
Okay, so if you're wondering, you know, oh, why is she still, like, uppity about Alice and all that? Well, it's because of the whole imaginary friend thing. You'll understand if you saw the last episode, basically. But, yeah, so Alice, basically, in a mean sense, to Prune at least, Prune thinks that Alice stole her imaginary friend, and she kind of wants revenge on Alice for that, even though she already has her imaginary friend back. Or this is probably before that, so, you know, we're probably going to see a confrontation between them. That'd be quite interesting.
叫べって言われて素直に叫ぶやつなんているわけないだろ。周りに変な目で見られるだけだ。私は騙されないからな。
Because this is set in Mondstadt, so technically this would be before Inazuma, most likely. Because you have to remember, certain things are kind of played out of position in a certain sense. So, you know, it's like, oh, they let you know of, like, this quest to do here, but it's like set months later when, you know, the homework to do for Prune and like Fischl and the others are like set at different dates. You know, they don't give you specific dates on what certain things happen, really, which is kind of weird, because it's like, you know, give us dates and we can like track that more easier, so that way we can kind of pick holes in the story. But yeah,
そんなの街中で、私は大バカ者なのだって叫んでるようなものだぞ。私は大バカ者なのだ。私は大バカ者なのだ。私は大バカ者なのだ。なんだあっちから私の声が。
it's a
自分が
gramophone.
大バカ者だなんて叫んでるのはどこのドイツだ？
自分を大バカ者だなんて言ってて恥ずかしくないの？罰ゲームか何か？
That is a gorgeous outfit she's wearing. That is very, very pretty. I kind of like the Eoldi Germanic style looking sort of dress. Although, is this apt for the nation? I don't know. I mean, I do need to visit Dusseldorf again when I have a chance, but when I have the chance, I need to have a look because some of these outfits for the ladies are really, really pretty. You know, especially like the hem cut line there. Shows off a bit of chest there.
きっと子供の悪ふざけよ。騙されたおバカな子が言わされてるのね。
Oi!
お
Oi!
やめろやめるのだ
Don't break it!
私は大バカ者なのだ私は大バカ者なのだ私は大バカ者なのだ
Wow, why are they so big? She's literally destroying every single one.
落ち着けてプルーネ壊さなくてもいいだろ
A little bit late. A little bit late for that.
あもうアリス
That's vandalism you just caused there.
みんな
Oh, hello.
あんな宣言をするなんて笑っちゃうじゃない。あ、おめでとうプルーネ。見事に魔女の課題のスタートを切れたみたいね。
What, are we not good enough for you to grace us with your actual form now, Alice?
今回の挑戦のために
Oh!
いかにも儀式って感じの魔法空間を用意したのよ。けど魔法の読み込みにちょっと時間がかかっちゃうのが難点なのよ
Breaking
ね。
the fourth wall again.
そこで先生を読み込み中の効果音にしてあなたの士気を高めるためにリピート再生することにしたの。
Loading
ど
music.
う？気に入ってもらえたかしら。
私は大バカ者なのだ私は大バカ者なのだ私は大バカ者なのだ
That's gonna be her
違う
ringtone
それ
now.
は先生じゃないのだ早くこのふざけた効果音をやめろ
That's your voice
あら
though.
あら、私の勘違いだったのね。でも効果音は挑戦魔法の一部なのよね。
God damn it,
止
Alice.
めちゃうと挑戦を諦めることになるのよ。本当に本当にいいのね。じゃあさようなら。また機会があれば。
You manipulative
待
little.
てやっと捕まえたのに逃がすはずがないだろああもうそのお前のポンコツ魔法は読み込みにどれくらいかかるんだ
I mean, she more manifested in front of you rather than you tracked her down.
テイワットで最もドラマチックな場所
What the
エ
hell?
ピクレシス
Why are we
歌
in?
劇場
Why are we in
魔
Fontaine?
法模擬空間へようこそ。今回の課題は討論に合わせてこんな魔法空間を作ったの。結構よくできてるでしょ。真心をたっぷり込めて儀式感が出るように仕上げたんだから。
I mean, to be fair, like, I'm more of a rugby boy, so we just let our fists do the talking and our tackles. We tend to not debate left, right, and centre, but I don't mind a good debate here and there.
討論って
She's
前
so
も私に
tiny.
乾杯してただろまた恥をかきたいのか
プルーネったら12歳レベルの議題に対して16歳レベルの聡明さを発揮するんだもの。あの時は驚かされちゃった。あなたが反論せずにはいられない性格ってことを考慮して今回は絶対に論破不可能なテーマを考えてきたの。
Sorry to interrupt, but I will be officiating this debate here today. Also, I will apologise to you lads and ladies. I have my window open. It's a little bit hot today, so you will hear the odd dove outside. It's the one that kind of goes, you know, United, United, with the way it sounds, you know. That's how you know it's a dove. It kind of sounds like it's saying United. It's like, so I apologise for that.
討論を素晴らしいものにするためには公平で公正な審査員が欠かせないでしょ。あなたたちなら適任だしプルーネだって反対しないはずよ。
Mm-hmm. Why is Paimon up there?
さっきからずっと高所の貴賓席からポーズを決めてるけど
The line sounds oddly familiar.
ひひまさかこんな場所に転送されるなんてな思わずオイラたちの友達フォンテーヌの大スターを真似ちゃったぜ
Yeah, she was quite the character before I learned of her tragic backstory. I'm sure everyone thought the same before hearing about it. But yeah, she was let's say not very likable the first time round, you know, but that's understandable.
パイモンは白熱する討論をじっくり見物したいでしょ。そこは一番よく見渡せる特等席よ。
It is a
気
cool
に入っても
seat.
らえた？
It is a brilliant seat.
ここからだとこんな風に見えるんだな。でも本当にオイラがここに座っていいのか？
You can fly though, Paimon, so you're used to seeing everything on high.
ここは魔法で作られた空間で、全てが魔女の思い通りなの。警備員が入ってきて、あなたたちを捕まえたりはしないから、安心してね。
The hoi polloi police. Oh god. I can imagine the Melusines trying to kick her out. They get a ladder, they try to crawl up to her space, only for her to fly away. And they're like, oh damn, you know, she got away from us.
茶番はもう十分なのだ。さっさと終わらせるぞ。で、テーマは何なんだ？
ズ
Kate.
バリ、クレイは悪い子であるよ。
Oh, easy. Absolutely fucking easy. Oh, I've got your kid dead to rights here. Although, I will say, there is no such thing as a bad kid. Only bad parents. Are you willing to debate that, Alice? Because let's be honest, there have been multiple counts of deceased fish, multiple counts of hilly churls. Granted, they are the enemies of this game, but as we've clearly stated, they did used to be people, so technically, she has committed homicide on multiple occasions. There have been cases of terrorism, so we can't rule out the fact that this child is a bred terrorist of all of Mondstadt, so you have to admit that, Alice. Come on now. Yeah. Like, what?
これがあなたが反論するテーマだよ。もしクレイは悪い子じゃないって証明できたら、
But
さ
this
さ
is
やかなプレゼントをあげる。
this is so rigged. If I just say your kid's not bad, you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, fair. I completely agree. So does that mean deep down you know something slightly off with your kid?
お前からのプレゼントなんていらないのだ。クレイはお前の娘だろ。そんなテーマ出すな。
Yeah, this isn't really
お前
fair.
はとんでもない悪人だ。
Hmm.
カエルの子はカエルって言うでしょ。あなたが私を悪人だって決めつけるなら、私の子供は悪い子ってことになるわよね。
Nice try. But also, this works if she was also your clone, if you think about it, which an awful lot of people tend to believe that's the case.
意義ありなのだ。そんなわけあるか。お前自身の品性や素行に問題があるのであって、それが遺伝するなんて科学的根拠はないぞ。
Well, technically, hereditary traits mostly come from looks and illnesses, like illnesses or ailments. The way you are as a person is not really contributed to who gave birth to you, you know? It's like, say, oh, you know, because someone was a murderer, that means their child will turn out to be a murderer. No, that's absolutely stupid. I think one of Ted Bundy's believed to be sons actually went on to be a senator, I think. I'm not so sure, although it might sound corrupt, but no, like he did a good thing as a senator, I think. I might not be accurate. I'm just going based off of memory, so don't take my word as fact, but it's clear to the state that, you know, not all people that, you know, go on to commit crimes and all that, their children won't turn out the same. It's how they're raised, basically. So, you know, if one parent does a good job, the other one, you know, doesn't really have much of a weigh-in on them. Unless the child, you know, allows that to ruin their life because of it. So, it's down to choice at the end of the day as well by the child.
それに重要なのは遺伝じゃなく育った環境だ。モンドの人たちはお前よりずっとまともだし、あの人たちに囲まれて育つクレイが悪い子なわけない。
Well, that's true, but then did you not then admit that she was a bad person? So how can you say that she has a positive influence under nurture if you think she's bad? doesn't make sense then, does it? Although I will say nature is kind of a weird sentiment if you think about it, because humans are very useless when they're young. Like, as babies, we are a useless species. So, kind of got to imagine what would happen. Would it like turn into like a Lord of the Flies situation where if there's no parental control or if there are no rules set, could children technically go completely out of control? Absolutely. You know, there has to be regulations and, you know, rules and stuff for them to follow so everyone can get on swimmingly, you know?
でもクレイはお魚ドカーンが大好きなのよ。これは悪い子だっていう有力な証拠になるんじゃない？
それは子供だからしょうがないのだ。港の漁船だって魚を取るだろう。クレイはなんで魚を取るのはよくてドカーンはダメなのか区別がついてないだけだ。
Yeah, but this isn't fishing. She does this for shits and giggles. That's the whole point. She commits acts of terrorism for shits and giggles, and nobody tells her otherwise. They do, but then she goes and does it anyway. So is it really down to Alice? Because if she teaches her right from wrong, it doesn't matter because she's just going to go and do it anyway. That's the big difference between the nurture and nature thing, because then the child, when it gets old enough, it makes its own mind up and thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life because, well, that's the choice they've made.
その割には毎回反省室に入れられても懲りずにドカーンしてるけど。
True.
あいつは毎回素直に反省室に入ってるし、逃げようとしたことなんてないのだ。
But then that gives her the excuse to think like, oh, okay, I've served my punishment, I'm going to go and do it again. You know, because it's like, oh, as long as I don't get caught in confinement, I can just do whatever. I know I'm trying to like argue the point that she is a bad kid, but she's not deep down. She's inherently kind. It's just the certain acts she does. It's pretty fucking bad when you think about it.
ちゃんと罰を受け入れて責任逃れもしてない。そんな子に悪い子なんてレッテルを貼っちゃダメだ。
Okay, now this is the thing I hate the most is people that give people labels and shit. It's like, oh my god, why? Look, I get it. Like, you know, oh, I'm vegan. Oh, I'm straight. Blah 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 blah. Like, oh my god, I don't care. All I care about is, are you a kind person? You know. Oh. But then, you know, I shouldn't have to hear that from you. I should be hearing that from everyone around you. That tells me your character as a person, you know.
それに前回反省室に入れられてからのクレイはお魚をドカーンしたいと口にすることはあっても勝手にそれを実行に移したことは一度もない。
Just me sitting there listening to this and just thinking to myself, yep, and Klee started blasting the fish. Just imagining it.
最近のドカーンはあいつが信頼を寄せる人物がそそのかして甘やかしたせいだ。その人物とは
Yeah.
混沌の化身とも言える母親だ。
えへん。
つまりお前こそ悪い子じゃない、悪い大人のレッテルを貼られるべきなのだ。いや、こんな子供みたいな大人がいてたまるか。悪い大きな子だ。プルーネ、すごい気迫だぞ。見事に反論を決めたな。ここからアリスはどう返すんだ。
だとしてもそれはクレイに悪気がなかったことの証明でしかないのよ。みんながクレイを悪い子じゃないと思ってる根拠としてはいまいちね。
But what preferences a person to be bad in someone else's eyes? To one person, a bad kid is one that sings too much or talks too much. Because let's not forget, children back in the day, like in the 50s and 60s, were seen, not heard. So you would have parents that would always like teach their children that you've got to have a quiet voice, you can't be too loud. And that's true to this day. You know, we always tell children, don't shout, you know, ask politely, say please and thank you. You can sing, you can be happy and all that, but try not to be a disturbance to other people, you know. But then there's a big difference between a child that is happy and loud and a child that actually causes harm to others, you know. There's a big freaking difference depending on the people that see that child.
減らず口を。
Yeah.
じゃあよーく聞くのだ。 これについてはお前は確実に反論できないはずだぞ。クレイは可愛いから何をしても許されるのだ。
Here, here.
そうだぞ。可愛いクレイがちょっとぐらいいたずらしたってオイラなら全然許せるぞ。とにかくオイラにとってクレイは悪い子なんかじゃないからな。
Oh, this is like the meme with the good-looking, like CEO manager who walks into the office and kind of gives like a snide, kind of cringy, like compliment to the work staff, and she kind of like swoons at him and all that, you know, even though he's being a bit forward and creepy, just because he looks handsome, she accepts it. And then in comes Bob, the janitor, who's quite sweet, very lovely guy, always interested in what people have to say and all that, wants to chat. Comes in, says hello, and then she literally calls human resources. It's like, it's so stupid, you know. It's like, oh, just because she's cute, she gets away with shit. No, absolutely not. No. This is why she gets sent to confinement, because she is a little shit doing these little bad things that she does.
お前がクレイの悪いところを100個あげようと、私はあいつのいいところを101個以上あげられる。おもちゃを友達に貸してあげたり、遊びたくてもみんなが忙しい時はおとなしく待ってたり、何よりあいつは誰に対しても優しくて誰もがいい人だと思ってる。自分のママを敵視してる。私のことまでもな。とにかくあんなに可愛い子を悪い子呼ばわりするのは私が許さないのだ。
She's got a good friend.
降参よ。ママとしてその意見には同意せざるを得ないじゃない。
I mean, this was so obvious.
ずっと聞きたかった言葉がようやく聞けた。あなたは心からクレイを
So this is what she was testing, whether or not if Prune was a good friend or not for her.
うちの子すっごく可愛いでしょ。それに言ったじゃない。あの子と一緒にいることであなたも幸せな気分になれるのよって。
何得意げになってるんだ。お前の悪ふざけのせいで私はわざわざモンドまで来る羽目になったんだからな。
クレイにこんなに素敵なお友達がついててくれるなら、これからは心配する必要もなさそう。あなたたちがどう成長していくのか楽しみね。さすがにクレイも私と同じ年齢になる頃にはお魚ドカーンを卒業してるだろうし。
All those in favour that Klee is not a bad child, say aye. Aye. Lovely. Case closed. Also, Prune is now fined £50 for turning up. This was a waste and utter complete waste of the court's time. Thank you very much.
おい、ちょっと待つのだ。
I love a fair
今回の
trial.
課題はプルーネのクレイに対する真心をテストしてたのよとかしょうもないこと言い出すんじゃないだろうな。
大正解。それじゃ挑戦の結果発表まで飛ばしちゃいましょうか。審査員の先生お願いします。
Onegaishimasu! What is this?
プルーネの魔女の課題への挑戦結果は合格です。これより魔女の祝福を授けます。
There we go. Well done. You've
クレイ
passed.
と同じように健やかでご飯をたくさん食べて悩みは少なく幸せな子供でありますように。
あなたもクレイもとてもいい子でしょ。だからたまに間違ったことをしちゃったりわがままを言っても許されるのよ。
ありがとう。でもそれとこれとは話が別なのだぞ。
Nope.
私を子供扱いするなって何度も
This is
言
our
ってるのだ。
prerogative as adults to treat
私が
children
魔
as
女ハンターだ
children.
ってことを忘れてないだろうな。和解するつもりなんか一切ないぞ。お前は負けたんだからこんなぬいぐるみでごまかさずにおとなしく出てくるのだ。
今日はとっても楽しかった。また時間があるときにからかいに来るからね。バイバイ。
Bye bye.
逃げるな。一瞬で全部消えちゃったぞ。はあまったくあ リスらしいぜ。
Still, you passed with flying colours.
絶対に見つけ出してやるからな。
Highly unlikely. Oh, I see. So this is her buff. I see. Oh. If it has at least 2 hexakill characters, you gain the hexakill secret right. Enhances hexakill characters. Oh, so this is like, say, if you had Nicole or Alice on your team, which, let's be honest, we are getting Alice someday. I don't know when, but when she does, I will be pulling for her, that's for sure. And when I get the chance, I will pull Klee, because I need Alice to come home and take care of her kids. Alright, well, that's that episode done, lads and ladies. For the next episode, we will be focusing on Fischl, and we'll probably go through some of the other characters as we wait for the main story to come along, because as great as the Nordcry arc was, I think it's about time that we move on to Snez 9 when we have a chance. So, until then, lads and ladies, I will see you in the next episode. Take care, my friends.
Anything to say before we kick off, Captain Darling?
May it please the court. As this is clearly an open and shut case, I beg leave to bring a private prosecution against the defence counsel for wasting the court's time.
Granted, the defence counsel is fined £50 for turning up.
Oh, Clark, hand me the black cap, shall I? I'll be needing that.
I love a fair trial.